Donald Trump, never one to shy away from a fight, has opened a new front in the culture wars with his 2024 campaign promise to root out woke ideology from the United States military. This pledge, delivered with his signature blend of grievance and bravado, has once again thrust the military into the center of the nation's political battles. Trump's promise taps into a deep vein of anxiety among his supporters, who see the armed forces as increasingly beholden to liberal social agendas. But it also raises profound questions about the role of the military in a democracy, and the potential impact of politicizing its ranks. Trump's pronouncements on the military have been a constant throughout his political career, oscillating between praise for its power and criticism of its leadership. Yet, his latest campaign promise represents a significant escalation, directly targeting not just military policy, but also its culture and values. This move has alarmed many current and former military officials, who fear that it could undermine morale, recruitment, and ultimately, the military's ability to defend the nation. At the same time, Trump's rhetoric has resonated with a segment of the population that sees the military as a symbol of traditional American values, under threat from progressive forces. This latest salvo in the culture wars comes at a precarious moment for the U.S. military. Facing increasingly complex threats from abroad and struggling to recruit and retain qualified personnel, the armed forces can ill afford to be dragged into partisan battles. Yet, Trump's promise to purge wokeness from its ranks threatens to do just that, further dividing a nation already grappling with deep political and social fissures. The stakes are high, not just for the military, but for the future of American democracy itself. What exactly does Trump mean by woke ideology in the context of the military? The term itself, born in African American vernacular, has become a catch-all phrase for what conservatives perceive as excessive liberalism, particularly on issues of race, gender, and sexual orientation. In Trump's view, wokeness has infiltrated the armed forces, manifested in diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI programs, the inclusion of transgender individuals, and a perceived emphasis on social justice over combat readiness. Trump and his supporters argue that these initiatives, while well-intentioned, ultimately detract from the military's primary mission to fight and win wars. They see these programs as symptomatic of a broader societal shift towards political correctness, one that they believe weakens the military by undermining its warrior ethos and eroding unit cohesion. Instead of focusing on combat effectiveness, they argue, the military is being sidetracked by social engineering projects that have no place in a fighting force. This view, however, ignores the complex realities of the modern battlefield. In an increasingly interconnected world where cultural understanding and sensitivity are paramount, the ability to recruit and retain a diverse force is not just a matter of social justice, but also of national security. Moreover, the idea that DEI programs somehow diminish the military's fighting spirit is not supported by evidence. The U.S. military remains the most powerful fighting force in the world, and its commitment to diversity has not hindered its ability to execute its missions effectively. Trump's promise to eliminate wokeness from the military goes beyond rhetoric. It reflects a fundamental disagreement about the nature of military readiness in the 21st century. For Trump and his supporters, readiness is synonymous with lethality, the ability to overwhelm adversaries with superior firepower and technology. From this perspective, any initiative perceived as detracting from this core mission, including DEI programs, is seen as a threat to national security. However, this narrow definition of readiness fails to account for the evolving nature of warfare. In an era of great power competition and hybrid threats, the military must be prepared to operate in a multitude of environments and engage with diverse populations. Cultural awareness, language skills, and the ability to navigate complex social and political landscapes are no longer optional extras, but essential components of military effectiveness. By embracing diversity and fostering an inclusive environment, the military can better leverage the talents of all its members and enhance its operational effectiveness. Moreover, the military's ability to recruit and retain qualified personnel is inextricably linked to its perceived inclusivity. In a competitive labor market, young Americans have many career options. If the military is seen as unwelcoming to those from diverse backgrounds or those who hold different values, it risks alienating a significant portion of the talent pool. This could have dire consequences for national security, as the military struggles to fill its ranks with the best and brightest. The debate over wokeness in the military is not merely an academic exercise, it has real-world consequences for the men and women who serve. Trump's rhetoric has undoubtedly resonated with some service members, particularly those who feel that the military has become too politically correct or that their values are no longer respected. However, many others worry that his pronouncements are sowing division within the ranks and undermining the very values of unity and cohesion that are essential to military effectiveness. Public opinion on this issue is equally divided. Polls suggest that a significant portion of Americans share Trump's concerns about the perceived politicization of the military. However, there is also widespread support for diversity and inclusion initiatives, and many Americans believe that the military should reflect the diversity of the nation it serves. This divide is likely to persist, reflecting the deep partisan fissures that continue to shape American society. The potential impact of Trump's promise to purge wokeness from the military remains to be seen. However, one thing is certain, the politicization of the military is a dangerous game, one that risks undermining the very institutions that are sworn to protect the nation. As the debate over wokeness rages on, it is important to remember that the men and women of the United States military deserve our unwavering support, regardless of their political beliefs or background.